Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's tutorial, I'll show you how I transform this men's shirt. I'll be shortening this shirt on the hem and on both sleeves. Now I'll show you how I upcycled this men's shirt. I have pinned the hem already, so I'll be shortening 1 centimeter below this buttonhole there. Now I'll cut this excess fabric off. So I have cut excess fabric off the hem. Next I'll cut excess fabric on both sleeves. I have pinned the length what I want already, and I will add 3 centimeter seam allowance for the seam. I'll cut straight line across this button piece. One sleeve is cut out. I'll repeat same on other sleeve. Next, I'm pinning 3 centimeter seam allowance on both sleeve hems. I'll repeat same on other sleeve. Next, I'll iron these seam allowances flat. And this is how it looks. Next, I'm sewing a top stitch on a sleeve hem. And here's finished a sleeve hem, and it looks like that. I did same on both sleeves, so both sleeves are finished. Next, I'll remove these 2 pleats at the back, and I'll create a new seam in the center at the back there. Now I'll unpick this back top seam, and here's back top seam unpicked. Now I'll create a new center seam at the back of the shirt. And this is how much I'll be taking this shirt seam, and I'll be sewing a straight seam all along there. And here's my new seam at the back. Next, I'm overlocking back seam. And here's my back seam finished, looks like that. Next I will sew this top back seam there, all along there. And here's sewed back seam on the top. Next I'll cut pattern pieces for the shirt's hem. I will keep this care label and I'll sew back on the shirt. And now I'm cutting these edges off. And I will cut a straight strips 6 centimeters wide. So I have cut 3 pattern pieces. Next I will sew them together and I'll sew the hem. So I have sewed these pattern pieces together and I have sewed the hem on this pattern piece 1 edge and corners as well. Next I'm folding these corners in half and pinning this pattern piece center there. Now I'm folding this pattern piece in half again, so it's 4 layers in total, and I'll pin these 2 side edges. So these 2 edges will be for the side seams, and this is going to be for the back seam. Next I will gather this pattern piece with thread and needle to the same width as the shirt hem all around. I'm sewing up and down stitch and I'm gathering this edge all around. So this is how it looks, and I'll repeat same all along this pattern piece, and here it is. So I have gathered this pattern piece. Next I will pin this center of the pin to the back center of this shirt. So I'm pinning this center there. Next I'm pinning this side seam to the side seam where the pin is, and pinning this corner to the shirt's corner at the front there, and repeating same on other side, pinning both side seams and this corner to the front. Next I will even out this gathering all along the shirt's hem, and here it is. So the gathering is all even around shirt's hem, and it looks like that. Next I'll sew this gathering onto shirt hem all along there on a sewing machine and overlocking machine. this is how it looks. So this is the wrong side and this is the right side. Next I'll sew top stitch along there. And here's my finished hem on a shirt. It looks like that, nice and neat. I have sewed the care label at the back of the seam there, so I know the washing instructions. Next I'll sew similar ruffles around this collar, all around there. Now I'll cut pattern pieces for my collar. And pattern piece width will be 6 centimeters wide. Next I will sew all these pattern pieces together there. And here are all sewed pattern pieces together, looks like that. Next I'll iron these pattern pieces flat in half, like that. And here's my ironed pattern piece, looks like that. Also I sewed each end of this pattern piece on the corners there, so they're nice and neat. Next I'll gather this pattern piece to width of this collar all around. So I'll sew up and down stitch and I will gather this pattern piece. I'll sew up and down stitch all along this pattern piece, and here's gathered pattern piece, looks like that. Next I will place this pattern piece under this collar like that, and I will sew this gathered pattern piece under this collar. But first I'm overlocking this pattern piece edge so it doesn't fray. And here's gathered pattern piece sewed all around the collar. So I didn't film that, I ran out of the battery on my camera. So this is the right side and this is the wrong side. As you can see, that overlocked seam on the edge there, looks like that. And this shirt is finished. And from these cut fabric materials I will make something else. So here's the men's shirt before, looks like that. And here's after. It looks so much better. I absolutely love my new shirt. And the sleeve length is perfect, the hem length and the collar. Really happy with the result. If you have any questions how I upcycled this shirt, please comment down below in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I'll see you next time. Love, Anita.